What were some of the hardships during this time period?
Well, there were a lot of unhappy people at the time. Um, there was a number of conflicts going on in our society. It was a time when the Vietnam War was happening. A lot of people had very strong opinions, either for or against the war. A number of people actually left the United States so they wouldn't have to go serve in the military. Many of them went to Canada, some went to Europe. There was a lot of tension. The black people were very unhappy. They felt they weren't getting a fair break. They weren't getting jobs. They weren't able to improve their lives. And so that resulted in some very serious riots around the country.
Did you participate in any of the riots?
The race riots began with the riot that was known as the Watts riot in Los Angeles. And that went on for several weeks, I think. And a number of people were killed, and a lot of fires and burning and destruction. And then about six months or so later, it happened in Cleveland. And I was part of the Ohio National Guard then, and we were called to riot duty in Cleveland. And we were standing out on the street corner with rifles and bayonets and all of the military hardware with us, trying to keep people from burning and looting and injuring other people. I remember standing on a street corner in Raleigh, North Carolina in the middle of the night, holding a rifle and hoping everybody would go home.
What made you decide to join the National Guard?
I didn't really want to go to Vietnam. And that wasn't even a guarantee about not going to Vietnam, because a number of Guard units were called up to Vietnam. We were almost called, but I don't know what happened. Something changed and they took us off the list. So.
How did you feel while the war was going on?
I was pretty conflicted about it. My father had served in World War II and in Korea. Actually, he was killed during the Korean War in a training accident. He was in the Air Force. And I was the oldest of 5 children, and the youngest, when I was looking at the possibility of being called into Vietnam, the youngest was about 11 years old. And my mother had not remarried, so we had a lot of children, and it was part of my job was to help take care of the family. So I was kind of conflicted by having to think about going into Vietnam. It's like many people, I don't think I really bought the whole story of why we were in Vietnam. Coming after a time when there's many conflicts around the world with the Korean War, and then we had the Cold War, and there was something dangerous happening all the time. The purpose of it was never really explained very well to people. And so I don't think we had a national feeling of we have to do this like we did during World War II. It was not a popular war.
What were your thoughts about the hippies?
But they were dropouts. In a way, kind of selfish. They weren't thinking of other people. It was all love and peace and happiness, and nothing productive, nothing, they weren't contributing much, I didn't think. It was like they just wanted to sit around and listen to strange music and smoke marijuana. So I didn't think much of them, really.
What do you remember most?
Getting married, President Kennedy being assassinated, the racial troubles in the country, and the political battles over the Vietnam War. Okay, girls, good luck.